Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Kombat office. It's your boy Alex G. It's been a big old fat minute since we've done one of these sit downs, but today I'm sitting here with the one, the only Houston, the problem, Marza.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
Bro, honored to have you here.
Hell
Like
yeah.
we said, this is the first one in a fat minute, bro.
Yeah,
And it's like,
nah, it's cool to be the one on the comeback. You know what I mean?
bro, the comeback, exactly,
Yes,
the
sir.
comeback, bro. So, man, we were talking about traffic, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Bro.
That's
You-
like the bane of me, dog. Everywhere I go, cause I go from Galveston to Cypress, so that traffic, bro. Every day, at least an hour and a half to go to 4 ounce, and then here was shit, just like an hour. So
And that's like, oh, bro. And it's like every day it's the same traffic at the same spots. And you're like, what the is going on right there every day, bro?
no, for real, you'll get there, you'll be sitting there in traffic for 30 minutes,
Yep.
and then it'll be one dude who pulled over for
Yep.
nothing, and it's predictable every day.
Every day, bro. You're like, yep, I'm about to get here. I told my wife the other day, I was like, this is the spot I reply to your messages at because the traffic is so packed up, dog. Like, I have all the time in the world. Yeah, like, it's just so crazy. But, man, how's life going?
Shit, you know how it is, man. Straight grinding, getting ready for this title fight, April 25th.
Yep.
So God bless me with that opportunity. I'm working every day, training every day on the same schedule, getting ready for my fight. You know what I mean,
Bro,
So,
and how old are you?
18. I just turned 18 in December too. So
Bro,
3 Emmy fights at 17, and then
in a
shit.
title fight, too, huh?
Yeah,
At 17, right?
Right. Yeah, I was main event. Title fight for Tapper Scrap.
Yep.
For their BMF belt
Yep.
for 135.
Mm-hmm.
I won in the first round, rear naked choke. You know what I mean? Representing Robstown.
Exactly, bro.
So,
And how did that
everywhere.
feel? How did that feel, bro? Like, you
man.
before you could legally buy a drink, you won a belt. you
Nah, it's
you won a
crazy.
belt, bro. How did that feel?
Man, nah, honestly, that was a great experience. I took that fight on 2 weeks' notice. So, and I also got hit by a car 2 weeks before that fight
Whoa.
when I was going for a run. So,
Yeah.
it was crazy, but nah, a couple things happened to me, and it felt good to get my hand raised and kind of like get that relief of like, oh, it's another fight. And it was a quick comeback from my first fight too
Yeah,
for Fury. So I went for that fight, and maybe like a month or two later, I fought for Tapper Scrap.
yeah.
So that just comes in with always staying disciplined, being ready for that opportunity. You know what I mean?
What happened with the car hit? Like,
Oh, dude. So I live in Galveston. I was running down to the theater. That's where I run. I run a little route. It's like a little 4 miles from me. So I run that like every other day or something. And then I was running, crossing the street. And as I'm crossing the street, bro, the car just literally didn't stop at the stop sign. Just he hit me. I caught myself like a football move. I was like,
Heisman.
yeah, Heisman out.
Yeah.
And then I was pretty good. I had a little scrape. And then
How's the car?
the car, bro, I broke their windshield. It like shattered, and then the headlight cracked too.
Bruh.
Bro, they tried to come after me for that, and I was like, bro, how you gonna come after me when you hit me?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that was crazy. That's still some BS. I'm still dealing with that actually.
Ain't no
But-
way.
Yeah, nah, but we gonna get our money from them for sure.
Oh, okay, yeah, that part. Because I was going to say, bro,
Bro, I paid like $27,000 at the hospital for that shit. Just like getting checked up, and there wasn't anything wrong with me, bro. Imagine like I broke a rib or something.
bro.
Hey, but nah, that just made that win feel even like that much better.
Exactly. That's part of your journey, bro.
Exactly, and I still came in 2 weeks notice. I made weight. I was 160 probably 2 weeks before, so I made weight and everything. My opponent didn't even make weight. He had a full camp.
Yeah, bro.
He came in at 141, I think. So
Bro.
we had to do a catch weight, but I still came in at 136. So I did my part.
Hey, bro. For me, all praise be to God. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
I think
exactly.
it was your plan. You were destined to win it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, that was part of my path. For sure,
bro,
sure.
but people don't know how to drive.
Nah, dude, it's crazy.
People
Like,
in Texas, Houston, around this area, Galveston too, people
Yeah.
just don't know how to drive, bro.
they just don't think everybody's got to be somewhere way faster, and like people will just sit there. They'll be cutting through lanes and stuff, cutting you off. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to get to the gym. And y'all
Dude.
tripping.
Dude.
Cutting in your lane, like it's literally a risk. Every time you get on that road, it's a risk.
The conversation I have with my family now is like, bro, it's okay to be late.
No, for
It's
real.
okay to be late. If you miss a turn, bro, or an exit,
Just miss it.
go miss it. Run
Yeah.
around that bitch. Go a circle. Cause I'd rather just have safety than, an accident or something like that, bro.
Right.
You know, safety first. And shout out to my mom. She always told me, she's like, when you drive, you gotta drive for others, cause they don't know how to drive, bro.
It's that
You know?
defensive driving.
Exactly, bro. She was like, just do that, cause she was like, people got their driver's license out of the cereal box or something, bro. Like,
Bro, half of them don't even have it. That's
Bro.
the crazy part.
man,
People just be driving. I mean, like, I understand it. You got to get to where you got to get to, bro. But just take your time, go slow. It's not worth the risk. Paying $1,000 in damage and all kinds of stuff.
I know. Every it's all aux now or Bluetooth, right?
Right.
But even on the radio, I don't know if you listen to it, like. There's always car crash commercials, like everywhere. The lawyers, bro, like Top Dog Law or Girl, I just got hit. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, and they're
Jim
like,
Adler, they're Texas Hammer,
bro. It's because they know, like,
no, for real,
they know this is gonna, like, something's gonna happen, bro. Like,
it's the billboards too. Like driving up here, bro. I was really thinking about that driving up here. I saw like 3 of them just boom, 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 especially in Houston downtown, everywhere.
And they're like, we know, we know y'all suck, bro. So come on down, bro. And so many people want to move here.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's
too packed, bro.
It's too fucking packed.
We don't got room for nobody. Like, getting through downtown, bro, just trying to get to the gym is crazy.
And then, like, I'm more of a homebody, right? But right. I grew up in Houston my whole life. I'm really, like, 15 minutes from here. 10 minutes. Yeah. And there's really nothing, bro. Like, there's nothing, bro. Like, the rodeo...
Like once a year
now. And overhyped now.
Everybody's there.
Too much chaos. The museum's cool. I went to that as a kid. I don't need to see it no more.
You see it once, you're like, it's cool.
Cool. Maybe to take my son, that's it. But now I'm just like,
yeah.
All right. But bro, what was your upbringing like?
So man, for me, it was definitely different than most people. Mm-hmm. I through elementary school, I went up to 5th grade, and then I kind of not dropped out, but I switched over to homeschool, and I started doing an online program by myself. Because as a kid, like, I was smart. I'd get my work done, and I'd get in trouble. I'd be talking to people. I'd be hanging out with the wrong kids.
Yeah.
And then they would always take me off track. So my mom ended up putting me in, like, a kind of like a self-paced program, and ever since then, like, I excelled. I actually just finished graduating through Texas Tech.
Woo-hoo.
So, yes, sir. I'm waiting to walk in May.
Oh, that's so dope,
bro, it's such a relief, especially, being a fighter. Like, dude, I literally train and do schoolwork and work a full-time job all in the same day. I would be getting up at 6 a.m. and then I would go to work. I'd get off work around like 2 or 3, go straight to the gym in Cypress, and then come home maybe 10 o'clock, 9, and then have to do schoolwork and then wake up, do that shit again. So, bro, that's just the grind. But the way I see it is I'm investing all these pennies in the bank right now. By the time I'm older, like, I'm going to be able to fight full time. That's the only thing I got to worry about. And nothing's going to be able to hold me back. You know what I mean? I'm going to get all my responsibilities out the way now while I can.
Bro, and that just, like, hearing that from you, and when I first met you too, you've always came respectable. I've never been like, bro, like, he's when teenagers act out or something like that, you're like, he's a teen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a teen, bro. We all had our little moments. We wild out.
Right.
But from the moment I met you, I was like, wow, dude, like, this dude's a little mature for his age. You and Jay a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He a little, he gonna come on too. We gonna have that discussion. Jay's a little more. He a firecracker. He's
he got that. He got that name for a reason.
He got that crack, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also it's crazy because a long time ago I had this conversation with somebody, right? And he asked me, he was like, do you think a young person could inspire an old person? Right?
Yeah. And
I was like, I don't know. He was like, it's possible. Right? And not saying you inspired me, but you gave me a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because my son's mom, she was like, I want to homeschool him. And I was like, nah, bro, I don't want him to be antisocial.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be not knowing how to talk to people, not knowing how to interact. There's some things at school where, like, moments are funny and those are memories. Like,
right.
Like with me, I remember these kids fought, and it was just the principal got pushed. That's a memory. You know what I'm saying? I'm
funny.
like, bro, that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't want him to miss out with that.
Right.
Then I meet you, and you tell me, like, what you're doing, your day-to-day schedule, and I'm like, I go talk to her, and I'm like, hey, bro, you remember homeschool? I think
might be a good idea.
I think this might be the route, bro. I think we might actually do that. So how was it though? Like, how did you even get into mixed martial art? How do you even get into the combat sport, the world, etc.?
Really, so like I said, I was pretty bad as a kid. I'm gonna be honest. So when I got into it, I started with karate. My mom used it as a way for me to kind of like use my energy as a little outlet, kind of like relieve my stress and my energy as a young kid. So I did karate since I was actually 4. And then I did that for a good 10, 11 years. I got up to a 3rd degree black belt. And then I would compete on like the state like tournaments and stuff. And I did pretty good. I would do like divisions because you can't just do one division. You got to do a couple.
Right.
So I would do the point sparring and the continuous sparring. And I was never really like I never excelled in the point sparring. I almost always lost. But I was really good at the continuous sparring when the ref don't pull us off after every hit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually won a state championship in continuous sparring when I was 13. And then after that, I started to transition over to MMA because I kind of just wanted to go to the level up. Like, I started going to tournaments, and kids would try to disqualify me on my gear, or they just wouldn't fight me. Like, at state, there was one kid, he just didn't want to fight me, and he was there at the tournament, and he literally just was like, nah, I don't want to do it. So he just pulled out, and I got, like, a bye or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So that shit's crazy. Yeah. Man, he was the one that cornered the guy in my fight. Like, I watched him corner the guy that I was fighting.
Oh.
And he pulled out. I was like, that's crazy.
Like, come on, dog.
I still got that ring though.
Oh, so they give out rings for that?
Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, you got a little ring or like a medal, but since it was you got first, you get a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Wow, shout out to your moms then. So basically, she set it up, man.
Yeah, she's always taking good care of me, man. Like, man, before I could drive, she used to take me all the way up to 4 ounce after work. She'd be hustling off work. From Galveston.
And that's an hour. That's a whole hour.
Hour and a half.
With traffic,
yeah. And then we go all the way up there, and she'd take me almost every day. And then when I started having to drive myself, that's when I stopped going every single day. I ain't even gonna lie. Because, man, that drive, like, it'll take it out of you. It's really the drive back. Like, driving there is cool. You're excited to go train. You got energy. But after a long-ass day, you got an hour and a half. You just got your ass whooped in the gym. Like, I'm just ready to go to bed.
I'm just ready to
eat
go
my
home,
food, shower.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I be having the most road rage. Bro.
Not for real.
I just talk shit with my windows up because nowadays people are crazy.
Bro, you never know.
And I just be like, what the I just be like, bro, like, just drive, bro. Because, like, once you get to the tip of the traffic, look, you see how we keep talking about traffic? The tip of the traffic, pause. Like, you're there and you're like, so what was it? Like, why were we all slow? Why,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing, guys? But, man, shout out to your mom, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Are you an only child or you have siblings?
I'm an only child, and then I also was raised without a father, too, because he passed away at a young age. So it's always been me and my mom, so we were real tight. Yeah. Like, it was always me and her against the world. That's how it felt, you know what I mean?
My condolences.
So, and even to this day, she takes care of me, so
yeah,
I can't complain.
Yeah, man. Condolences to you. Shout out to mom, bro, because that's not an easy job, bro.
It's not. Honestly,
it's
man.
Not an easy job.
I feel like single mothers raise like a different breed of people. You know what I mean? Always hardworking, better morals. It's crazy. You know, some people always say like without a father figure you wouldn't like turn out a certain way, but I feel like, bro, I just use that as a fuel. Like I don't need that. Bro. You know what I mean?
Bro, and my family might watch this. I don't care because I try to keep stuff separate, right?
Yeah.
But I went. I don't care no more. I'll start telling my life. But I went to the military.
Yeah, right.
From 18 to 22.
Okay.
And one of my family members was like, "You finally became a man." And I was like, "Bro, same thing." Like in my head, I'm like, "My mom raised a man, like already. Like if I didn't go or if I didn't want to go, she did her job and raised a man."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't got to go to the military to be a man.
Yeah, bro. Like, my mom raised me right. I stood on my ground. She taught me good morals. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in high school, I would get in fights. Sometimes get my ass whooped. But I'm just like, stand my ground. You know, like, however my mom taught me and raised me, you know? But single moms, bro, yeah, you're right. Because, I had a single mom, too.
Oh, okay.
My dad was alive, but, the dash, you know what I'm saying? I really don't care. But, it's just... Man, it's just crazy, but shout out her because she left this foundation for you, bro.
Right.
And like, does it make you feel like you could do anything you want? Because, bro, you were young, you were making weight, you were, training, you had that direction. So how does it feel to have all those tools in your pocket now as you're about to enter the quote unquote real world as an 18-year-old?
Right. Honestly, like I'll say, everything I've done up until this point, I feel like it's just prepared me for life. Like, I'm young. I'm working a full-time job. Like, all the money I make is straight hard work from me. Nobody set me up. Nobody gave me a job. My dad didn't, like, give me a reference at the plants. You know what I mean? Like, everything I have is self-earned. And the same thing with fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I had people helping me, but, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm one of those straight talent guys. Like, I had to work hard to get to where I am. And nobody's going to take that from me. And I'm going to keep going until I get to the final destination with it. You know what I mean, man? And my goal, I mean, UFC champion, whatever it is at the time. But I don't know. I just want to be the best fighter in the world. That's my goal. So,
bro, and it's just, bro, like I said, like, inspired and like motivated by you. Like I legit am. I feel like when I seen you, I was like, bro, like this is something I would want for my son.
Right.
Because bro, and I'm pretty sure your mom could relate. You know, it's just y'all two, right? She wants to make sure you could defend yourself when you're out there. Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like you'd be like, all right, mom, I'm about to go out. Other moms with, you know, nowadays generation kids who just phone, TikTok, party, whatever. You know, they're like, oh, okay, be careful. You know, back of their head, they're like, you know, I hope nothing happens. But and something could happen, you know, hope it doesn't, pray not. But with you, you're like, she's probably like, okay, just be safe.
No, that's really how it is now.
You know what I'm saying?
Really, for the past few years, it's kind of just been, she knows I can take care of myself, so that's all it is. And, you know, I'm street smart too, so it's not just in the gym or anything like that. Like, I'm aware of my situation at all times.
Aware of your surroundings and everything like that.
Yeah. Especially with that traffic, man. Bro, you never know. You never know.
I'll be like, man, bro, roll down the window. Bro, and then I'll be trying like, because, you know, people look back. So when somebody cuts you off, but they look back at their rear view, I'll be like, I'll be like this, bro. And then I'll be like, and then I'll just be like, I try to play it off. I'm just like just some music. Because you never know.
No, you really don't.
You don't know.
That's why, like, I'll say I've never been in a physical altercation outside of fighting.
That's good, though.
And I think, like, also starting from a young age, I had that, like, boundary set where it was almost like this stays to the gym.
Yep.
And then this stays to, you know what I mean? And it was always, like, defend yourself. So, like, I've definitely defended myself in some situations, but I've never had, like, a full-on, like...
But, bro, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Because other people be like, oh, I got this.
Like, step up and try to prove something. It's like, bro, I already know I can knock you out.
It really be the lame ones. You know
it really do.
It really be the lame ones. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you. You never in my front end of the podcast. Oh, we might have a little bit of interruption.
Oh, okay.
It's all good, bro. We still cooking. We going. When he comes, we'll probably just slow down a little bit. Let me check the... What's it say? 80?
Yeah, it's 80.
All right, cool. We cooking still. All right. But yeah, man, it's such an advantage, I feel like, for you to be so young. Because I seen you caught in an arm bar.
Yeah.
In an arm bar, bro. And I'm watching the fight. Not live. I was doing my studies, you know.
Yeah.
And you're just moving. You're just moving with
my
it.
Arm fully
he had your arm, bro. He was really trying. And you were just moving. Even commentary said it was like advantages of being young, you know. He's like, he's durable.
Right.
What's going on through your mind at that moment, if you could recall or anything?
In that armbar, I remember exactly what I thought. Because I was thinking going in, like, I got a pretty good jiu game. So that was like, there's no way I'm going to let a wrestler submit me. So my whole time I was thinking, like, I'm not going to tap. And also I felt like I brought my family, my friends. I have so many people at the fight. I got stuff riding on me. So I can't go out like that. So in my head, I was like, he's going to have to break my arm. And then, honestly, I kind of got to the point where I wiggled it out, and I was just calm because I knew he wasn't going to get it.
Right.
So in my head, I was just thinking, like, I can't sit here the whole round because I can't give up that time. And ultimately, I think that's what lost me that fight was that armbar because the rest of that round, I was going forward. I ended up on top at the end. It was just that one, like, minute of him getting that. Looks good to the judges, but I'm not going to sit here and cry about a loss.
And that fight, bro, was a 6-year age gap. I think he was 23, you were 17, right?
Right.
And I think, if I could remember perfectly, because most of your other fights were finishes.
Right, yeah. My other 2 fights were finishes.
Yeah. But that one, I think he did bring something different out of you, bro.
Yeah.
Because even after the belt, I felt the animosity still there. I was like, wow, I wish this was a 5-round fight. Because you both, like, after the fight, like, you both just headbutted each other. And we're like, yeah, like, I'm here. Like, we're still standing. We're both still standing.
I was ready to go another 5.
I'm saying.
I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, he did that, and I was like, bro, like, we just fought. You doing all this animosity after it. You should have left that in the ring.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't like when people do that kind of shit, because once that bell hits, bro, it's over.
Yeah.
But we can run it back. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
All respect to him. I'm not talking, but we could definitely run it back. We talked about it, run it back as a pro, because I feel like it was kind of unsolved, and I feel like to end, I want to finish. You know what I mean? Like, to put a nail in that coffin. Never have that question again. Is that
your perspective on, like, when it goes to judges? Like exactly like that. Do you feel like even when you win or even when they win, you're like, I didn't want it to go to the judges. Like, there's still something in the air where he could be like, or you could even be like, him or you could be like, these guys don't know what they're doing.
Oh, for sure, bro. the goal is never to leave it to the judges. My goal is always finish, and that definitely comes from my gym. You know, Daniel Pineda, he never won a fight for a decision. All of his wins were straight finishes, 100% finish rate. Ended his career with that. So like that kind of environment, like it makes me think the same way. I'm going after a finish, and right now I got the same situation as him, 100% finish rate, and only lost to decisions. But honestly, like I don't want to go for a decision just because I feel like that almost does leave like a question of like, well, what would have happened if they kept going?
Yeah.
And like there's sometimes where it's a shutout and you see those decisions
where
like they're like bloodied up and it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Like one of those I definitely think I would be cool with. Like I don't want a decision, but if let's say I'm piecing them up the whole 3 rounds or 5 rounds, whatever it is, I mean, I'll take it as long as it's decisive. But I want to step out of that cage with my hand raised. And I want everyone to know that I want every second of that fight, no matter what. Right. And if that's a finish, then there's no question. That's it. Bro. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I kind of like, that's why I like the idea of always getting the finishes. And I like chokes. That's why I like the whole thing about arm bars and Kimura and stuff. I don't like those because people like me, they sit there and you're going to have to break it. Yeah. And even if you do, there's some of those like Tony Ferguson guys, they'll just let you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so me personally, I like the chokes because you put them to sleep. What they going to do?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean,
bro. You're not no stranger to letting your hands fly, though, bro.
Nah, I'm not worried about that either. Like, man, getting ready for this fight, I've been doing a lot of boxing sparring, getting ready, because I know my guys definitely got the good striking. So, I mean, I'm gonna be ready for him on the ground too if he wants to take it there. But I'm ready to strike with him for sure.
And I feel like just like I said, the youngness, the high paced energy that you have. How would you describe your style? Do you have a certain style that's like you feel like you base with or you align with perfectly?
I would definitely say I had that Taekwondo base, but I'm at the point now where I've evolved my game to be a grappler. Like, I had 10 years of straight karate, and then now, like, both of my finishes are from grappling. So that just says, like, I'm willing to take it anywhere, and I'm not scared to let my feet go. I'm not scared to let my hands go, really. Like, I'll really get it in the ring. I just want to make sure that people know, like, I'm here to fight. I'm not here to grapple. I'm not here to strike. I'm here to fight 100%. It's MMA. I'm gonna use every tool I have to get the finish, and you know what I mean.
What was the fight that you seen that like, or what put you on to like UFC or the independent circuit, the regional, you know what I'm saying, local MMA? What was it for you that you seen and you were like, yeah.
Honestly, it was tough. The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
I started watching that show like on UFC Pass because whenever I did tournaments, like that's when I got into fighting. I would watch UFC. That was kind of like when Conor McGregor and all them were around. He was like my favorite fighter coming up. So, and that was like when he was peaked. Not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. I don't like him anymore. But when he was peaking, man, no, he was something different. So I definitely did a lot of study on him, and that was one of those things that I went to a gym just to get the gear, and then that's how I got brought into 4 ounce. So when I was at 4 ounce, like the smokers and stuff, they just, hey, you want to do a kickboxing smoker? I was like, hell yeah. So I did a kickboxing smoker, and then I started learning how to grapple. I was like, I mean, if I could grapple, I might as well do it all. So after a little bit, I started grappling. I started doing everything full MMA. I did probably about 10 smokers. So that really just like led me to be like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Really, after that first one, I knew. I knew in that moment. I remember after it, I was like, that's it? We're done? And then they were like, yeah, that's it. I was like, damn, let's do another one. You know what I mean? I used to compete like every other weekend. So it's cool.
What was that? I don't know if you can remember, but what was that first knuckle to the face or glove to the face, bro? Because, like, that's just something you don't forget. Or for me personally, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's like an initiation. For me, bro, it's like, you're here. You what are you about to do?
It's like, wake up.
Yeah, because you've never been, punched before or something like that. But then you get it and you're like, okay, like, all right. So if you could recall, what was that, like, initiation? Remember, like, how do you feel? Like, how did you feel?
I remember the first time I was sparring at 4 ounce, because I remember I sparred in the karate, but it was different. Like, I never really got hurt there. But I remember in 4 ounce, I was going with Alden Korea, and I remember, like, at that time, I was main Taekwondo. I didn't have any boxing. I had Taekwondo footwork, and I didn't really have any grappling. So I was going back and forth, throwing kicks, and then I was going with Alden Korea, and then I think I landed a kick, and then he just turned it up, and then I think that was when he broke my nose. And it's still a little messed up, but it's all good. But yeah, that was the first time I was like, whoa, like, this is how it feels to get, like, hit, you know what I mean? So, because it was different, like I said, I did the karate, but I wouldn't call that fighting, because they stop it. Like, you literally, boom, you hit them, they stop it, you reset. and then you go. Like, that's a different feeling than when someone's right in front of you. They're standing in front of you in the pocket and they're throwing on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's completely different. So I had to almost like readjust my head and be like, hey, these guys are trying to hurt me. So I need to pick my hands up. I need to move my head. I need to move my feet. I need to use my hands. I can't just sit there, go back and forth and eat shots.
Right.
So that was definitely that moment of like woke me up and like, damn, like I need to work on boxing.
That's like where the fight or flight comes in.
Right.
There you go. The best way to say it, yeah, not
Fight or flight.
Yeah, the fight or flight. Like, okay, what you about to do now? You know what I'm saying? What's in the water at 4 ounce?
I don't know, bro. It's
What's
something
in the
mats or something.
Something, bro.
Something's
in the mats, bro.
It's that energy, man. Like, we go in there, straight fighters at 5 o'clock. Bro, we've got top level guys in the world. We got Josh Van, Alden Corey. Those are 2 guys right there. Daniel Pineda, Hector Sainz. Huge names, you know what I mean? Michael Aswell, Terrence Chapman. He just won his debut. So, we got a lot of, like, killers in the room. And it's hard not to, like, get that mentality because everyone thinks the same way. Everyone's there to grind. We don't bullshit. We train hard, and we train to kill. That's literally what we do. Whenever we're rolling and Daniel's like, start, he goes, everybody kill. And it's just that whole environment, man. Like, you can't be a bitch. You really can't. Like, it's kind of like dog eat dog. So in that kind of environment in the gym every day, like, it kind of does a little something to you. So where you definitely toughen up. Like, I'll say, bro, I went to 4 ounce. They definitely changed me. Like, way more mental fortitude, like my discipline, everything. Like, just being there is gonna improve no matter what. And then if you stick with it, you're definitely gonna improve. Like, there's a lot of guys who come in for like a month and then they like, nah, I just don't think they can handle it, and then they don't come back. You know what I mean? So the people that stay, like, those are the dogs. I'm telling you, everybody there's a dog. I can't name one dude at 4 ounce that I wouldn't be like, he just doesn't have that in him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody there is just straight work every day, hard killers.
Do you think like and shout out Frank too. You didn't say Frank.
Shout out
Frank though. Do you think like people just get intimidated too quick? They don't see it through.
I definitely say, like, the thing about 4 ounce is it's a hard room and we like to train hard. Yeah. We're not one of those gyms that's gonna let you kind of like, excuse my language, like pussyfoot and like BS. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, if you're coming to train, you're coming to train.
We're gonna train you just like we train the UFC guys.
And if you're gonna be in the fighters class, you're gonna train like a fighter. There's no like, we don't do none of that. So being in that room, like, if you can't keep up, it's almost discouraging, I feel like, because every day you go in, you're getting beat up. Mm-hmm. But nothing comes without, hardship. Like, anything good, you're gonna have to go through something to get there. So if you want to be a good fighter, you're gonna have to have those days where you're getting beat up. They always say you're either the hammer or the nail. And you gotta definitely have those days where you're the nail. And if you're not at the right gym. Right. Especially if you want to be at that high level. Like, you gotta have guys that are losing. Like, I'll lose in the gym, and I'll say that like confidently. Like, I'll lose in the gym, but I'd rather lose in the gym than lose in the ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I'm training with people that are better than me, regardless if I'm winning or losing, I know I'm getting better. I know I'm making myself better. So that's really, I think, the main thing about 4 ounce is, like, there's so many guys, especially at my weight. You know what I mean? They could push me so hard that, like, when I get to a fight, like, it's not the same, Like, sparring with Josh Van is a lot harder than sparring with some of the guys I would fight. Or fighting, not sparring. Yeah.
And then Josh Van shouted you out on his post-fight press conference, the interview.
That was dope.
So what's it like training with him, getting the knowledge from him? Because himself, he was a street fighter. Yeah. But he a couple years ago was when he like got professional, training like that, So what is it like sparring him, talking with him, interacting with him? How's that?
It's cool. Like, I've known Josh since he had the Fury strap. So I remember him fighting for that title, and we thought that was big. And then he fought for the UFC debut, and then that was big. And then he fought for his rank spot, and that was big. So, like, I've kind of been there to see most of the steps at the higher level. And it's crazy, man. Like, Josh Van learns fast. He's humble. Like, you would never know that he's in the UFC when you walk in the room. You know what I mean? And he's one of those guys that's, like, always willing to help. So that's why I really value him a lot. Iron sharpens iron. So the more I can train with him, the better I'll get. And then, hopefully the better he'll get too. So it's cool to use each other and make each other, just better every day. That's part of being at 4 ounce. Like, everybody makes each other better,
And then it's so crazy because, like, right now the UFC just had, like, with his fight, the first 2 fighters born in 2000.
Right, yeah, the new generation.
To go out of each other. And it just shows how the sport has just got so global, popular, to now where kids are doing no-gi, gi, taekwondo, boxing, Muay Thai, and it all comes together, MMA, right? Because when I was coming up, I didn't really know about that. I knew about baseball, football, basketball. You go play that soccer.
Yeah, maybe wrestling.
Oh yeah, wrestling too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, I don't know if you know this person, but a 4 ounce next gen or something like that. Like it's a kid. He's out there doing the stuff too.
Eli.
Yeah.
Eli,
He followed me, and I'm like, bro, like,
man, that kid's a beast. He's gonna be crazy when he's
shout out him. It's just like the young talent is gonna keep going in, and now that the sport's getting bigger, like, it's gonna stay getting young, bro.
It just keeps evolving.
It
gets younger. Man, I see some of these kids like hitting flying arm bars, and then they're in like the 8-year-old division. I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
So by the time they're our age, like, I can't even imagine what they're gonna come up with. I'm almost excited to see it, and also at the same time, like, these little kids are like 3 or 4, like they may like train to come and beat my ass
bro,
in 20 years.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You could be a UFC vet,
you
know, former champion,
and then these kids
or champion stuff, and they're like, I'm coming for you. You're like, bro, I just went to your 3rd birthday party just the other day, bro. What do you mean you're coming for
your
me?
diapers? You
bro,
tripping?
Like, you coming for me? Calm down, bro. But nah, man, and it's just crazy. It really is, bro. And then, like you said, him being there. Okay, there we go. That's my question. I was trying to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When people play basketball, they play football, baseball, right? They get signed.
Right.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone, bro. Like, you know, I knew you in high school. There's a DM you could send. We were best friends, whatever, right?
Yeah. You may get a double tap.
And
or a scene.
Oh yeah, you right. What's up? How you been? Ghost, right?
Yeah.
But in MMA, you know, you could even go to Vegas and you'll see Sean Strickland. You'll see Paul Acosta, somebody, Denver, Colorado. You can see Justin Gaethje. Yeah. Here you can see Josh Van. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. So when you're like around that, Daniel Pineda,
yeah.
When you're around that, right? Does that give you like motivation? Does that make your dreams feel like, bro, you're right here?
Could happen.
In the UFC, we train at the same gym.
Yeah.
If I put in that work,
I could get there. Yeah.
Is that how you? Is that
for sure? And honestly, man, like, it's cool being able to train. You know, where I've trained. Because you'll see guys, like, I've seen Derek Lewis just walk in, I'm like, it's Derek Lewis, and no one says anything, you know? Or like Kevin Harlan, he was just at the gym. Josh Van, Daniel Pineda, there's a couple guys, you know? Like, and it's almost to the point where you realize, like, they're just regular people who worked hard as fuck. That's really all it is, man. People just grinding. So to me, that tells me that all I got to do is the same thing. I just got to work harder than that next guy, and I'm going to make it. So that's really truly what I believe in, and that's how I've seen results so far. I mean, everything I've done, just put my head down, show up to the gym, and work, and stay consistent. That's my biggest thing, is just being consistent, man. That's how you grow.
Yeah, for sure. Like they say, motivation. Well, once motivation dies, you know, you have to have discipline.
Yeah,
exactly, and consistency. But it just like I randomly think about that. Like I just watched Josh Van fight on the prelims for Alex Pereira, Ankalaev, right?
Right. 313.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, watching it, I'm like, if I really wanted to, bro, I could go sign up for 4 ounce right now.
Yeah.
Get my ass whooped, but I'll be like, I seen Josh Van. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy, bro. It's so crazy how, like, and Daniel Pineda, who just retired, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great career, you know what I'm saying? Went out on his shield. Respect.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and like for me as a kid, you know, you're always like, you see people on TV and you're like, wow, if I get to meet him one day, that'll be so cool. That'll be so crazy. And this UFC, MMA, combat sport, you can.
Yeah, you can. Most likely you will.
Most likely you will. Yeah. And if you're good, like, you put in that work and they recognize you, like Josh Van recognizes you as a valuable piece to his camp, to his progress. He even shouted you out. He's like, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just crazy, bro. It's
a cool feeling, and like honestly, it is. Like, people tell me like, "Oh, you got shouted on the UFC, like that's awesome," you know. And then to me, like, that is cool, and I'm thankful, but I'm just ready to be in the UFC myself.
Exactly, bro.
You know, and honestly, like, having those people around me, it truly, I feel like it's an attainable goal, and it does take a special person, but I'm that person. You know what I mean? I got that in me, and I'm gonna show the world. I'm gonna do it. I will be in the UFC or wherever it is. I mean, I say UFC, but you never know. In 10 years, it could be a whole different thing, you know? Yeah. One championship could take over. So I'm not even, I tell people that all the time, like, I'm not committed to the UFC or this organization or that. Like, I want to fight with the best, period. You know what I mean? And that's really the ultimate goal. I feel like that should be everybody's goal. Yeah. I don't think they should be chasing a brand or a certain thing, like, because that's about status. That's about legacy. But, like, for me, bro, I enjoy fighting. I want to fight. There's a reason I do it. There's a reason I stayed with it. You know, I wouldn't be getting my ass whooped for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather whoop somebody's ass for fun. You know what I'm saying?
But it is cool to think about, like, no matter what, you're in the UFC history now.
Right.
Your name is...
It's
out there, bro.
It's that status.
It's out there, bro. Like, someone right now, I'm a huge Josh Van fan.
Yeah.
Let me look at his stuff. Mm-hmm. He sees you. He mention you. Yeah. You're in there, bro. Ike too. Hurricane Ike.
Yeah, Ike's a dog too.
Ike's a motherfucking dog, bro. Yeah. He's man, but that's just so crazy. Like the product of 4 ounce, bro.
Yeah.
And the relationships.
Yeah.
But I also see you train with some close people that I know too. Hayden Bryars.
Yeah.
Super Glue, Josh Autumn. You know what I'm saying? What's it like training with those guys?
Man, it's the same kind of environment. Like training with them, that's why I like them so much. And they're in my area. They're closer. They're in like TC kind of area, so it's way closer than driving to Cypress to 4 ounce for me. It was maybe a 20-minute drive for them, but training up in 4 ounce is like an hour and a half. So, but yeah, no, I've been training with them. Like I first met them when they were at Gator, and then we started training in the garage. That's where. Seen a couple of videos, like honestly that was cool, and that makes like a different kind of fighter. It shows you like you don't have to have a fancy gym, you don't gotta have all this fancy equipment, you don't need to have all of that. All you need is good partners who are real, like willing to work, willing to show up, and willing to work hard, and that's literally it. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. You just gotta have people that are willing to get in that room and grind for whatever time it is, and just know like it's just gonna make you better no matter what.
Right. And I've had conversations with them too. Mm-hmm. And they're the same age as me, which is like 7, 8, I think maybe 10 years older than you. Right. And those are the guys I really like, you know, talk to because, you know, I do a lot of stuff for them.
Yeah.
We chill, we go hunting, whatever.
Right.
And when we get to the topic of fighting, Houstin, man. Houstin.
Yeah.
He's so young. He's so good. Like, if I was like that at that age, I could be in the UFC.
Yeah.
And what does it mean? I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones who are older than you giving you praises about how good it is. But what does that mean when, like, you know, people who've been doing this for years say, wow.
It means a lot, man. I'll say, like, I definitely hear, you know, you're good or you're going to do this and this. Like, everybody says that, especially when they see you winning, they see you on the come up. But it means it's a little different to me than when I have somebody like Josh Alton, bro. He doesn't bullshit. He's the kind of person, he's going to say it to your face. If I'm not at the gym doing what I need to be doing, like, he's going to text me. He's like, hey, get your ass in the gym. It doesn't matter what gym it is, you know what I mean? Like, or, like, same thing with Hayden. Like, we talk to each other. We hold each other accountable on diet, on training, all that kind of stuff. So that's just that kind of relationship that, like, iron sharpens iron, you know what I mean? So yeah, like it's cool, and I definitely have always kind of heard the praise, you know, but I try not to let most of it get to my head, because if you let every person who says, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, like, you get a big head really quick.
Yeah, does that make you have like a little chip?
A little chip on my shoulder. I almost feel like I'm expected to do great, you know, and especially like when I talk, I say I'm gonna do great things. I always like to hold my words. So if I say I want to be in the UFC, I feel like if I don't, that looks bad on me. You know what I mean? So, no, I definitely feel like I got a little chip on my shoulder, but also at the same time, like, I do this for me. I don't do this for anybody else. So, at the end of the day, I'm working hard. I'm doing what I need to do. It doesn't matter who says I'm doing what. I know deep down that I can sleep at night because I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm getting my shit done every single day. I'm grinding. And even if I lose a fight, like my last fight, bro, that's not a loss to me. It's not. One, because he didn't finish me. And he got the judge's decision. But also, like, in that, like, I know I showed up and I showed out, and I used almost everything I had in my body to get it done. I just needed a little bit more. So I'm going to make sure this fight, I got that little bit more and some. You know, it's not going to be a question. So that's really...
Preach.
Yeah, bruh. For sure.
Thank God the camera's not on me. I'm real comfortable. So I just be like, yeah, talking shit back here. Yeah. But gotta ask this question, bro. I don't know if you've seen the memes, right?
Yeah.
But it'd be like the 17-year-old getting ready to spar the 40-year-old who just got off work, all like serious and stuff. Are you one of the young guys that just goes fully in on everybody?
Nah, I like to work, bro. I like to be technical, but I have my days. And I definitely have those partners. Like, I got people I'm comfortable with. We definitely turn it up. Like, me and Hayden Briars, bro, we had some wars in the cage. And after that, bro, it's all love. Like, you know what I mean? There's no audacity at all. And I feel like that's the thing you have to have, too, is, like, you got to be able to train, get hit, and then not let that shit go to your head and be like, oh, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Like, it's work. And if you get caught, that was your fault. Whatever it was. You know what I mean? It's different when someone, like, elbows you in sparring. But, like, when it's just y'all are moving and he hits you too hard, you can't take that and go the wrong way with it. You know what I mean? That's how it turns into, like, legitimate fights in the gym.
And beef and stuff
like that. Yeah. It takes it more than just, like, working. Right. So, you know.
It's just like if me and you were going to go to the gym and get a lift.
Yeah.
It's basically just like that, except, you know, we're actually doing it.
We're just moving and sparring, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're just trying to get better. That's all it is.
Iron sharpens iron. Same stuff you've been saying. Yeah. How important is, like, a good sparring partner?
Honestly, like, I really think what makes a gym is just the people that are there. So if you don't have good partners that are pushing you, that are beating you, like, you're at the wrong place, like I said. So that's 90% of it, you know? Like, obviously, like a facility and, like, having a nice gym to lift and all that kind of stuff, that's cool. But at the end of the day, like, your sparring partners, your teammates, those are the people that are going to make you better every single day. You know what I mean? You never seen a champion that trained by himself. You look at a champion, he had a good team around him, and even if he wasn't surrounded by other champions, he had people that stuck with him that know his game or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right. So
that's just as important, you know? So really, the team that surrounds you is what's going to make you at the end of the day. So I think you got to have good partners at all times. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some people take that the wrong way, though. Some people will be like, oh, like, this guy trains at this gym. Let me go train at 4 ounce because Josh Van trains there. Like, it's not really like that. You know what I mean? Like, it is, though. Like, he's a good body, but I feel like also you got to figure out your crowd, your area, and then you got to stick with them. You can't really just, like, hop, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It's cool to cross-train, but at the end of the day, like me, like, I got 4 ounce, and no matter what, at the end of the day, that's my gym. That's the gym I'm claiming. Yeah. So,
like, some people never swam before, but they trying to go to the deep end already.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Like, you gotta
work your way up.
You gotta work your way up, man. Yeah. You gotta, tread some water, get comfortable. Make sure you know your strokes, pause, and stuff like that. And you're all good, But yeah, man, it's just this fighting stuff is just excites me, bro. Yeah, like just watching it, bro. It's really different, bro.
It's a whole nother world and, like, the real world. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, I talk to so many people, and especially, like, people I train with. Like, we always talk about it, like, bro, it is an outlet. This is therapy. Mm-hmm. Like, when we have those hard sparring days, that's therapy. When I get off a long day of work, my whole body hurts. I'm tired. I want to go home. As soon as I walk in the gym, energy, boom, I'm ready to move. I'm happy. I'm smiling. I'm cracking jokes. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like,
turn into the problem.
No, yeah, I turn into the problem. Yeah. And I'm always the problem. Yeah. Always.
How did you get that? I mean, the nameplate, my guess is the nameplate's already there.
Right.
So, but how did you get it?
So, as a kid in school, like, they would always call me to the office. I swear, they would be like, I walk in, they'd be like, Houston, we have a problem. So I swear they always stuck with that as a kid. But then I was at a smoker, and my coach Frank Gallego, he came up with it. Like, he was like, Houston the problem, and I was like, hell yeah, that works, because Houston the problem, I am the problem. You know what I mean? That's what they have always said.
You have a problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Like so it's cool. Honestly, and I feel like that's a dope nickname, and I feel like in fighting, like, you want to get your nickname, like, someone else to give it to you. Yeah. You don't want to come up with it yourself, or sometimes it's kind of corny, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, I'm the Reaper. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like.
The Predator.
like, come on now, bro. Who calls you that?
Nah, for real.
Who calls you that, bro? Like, and even, like, it's just, nicknames are cool. I feel like the names, they make
it sells it.
Yeah, it sells it so hard, because some people, GSP, DC, it's a play on their names, but that's what they get called. You know what I'm saying? Bones, John Bones Jones. It just goes.
Yeah.
Just makes it everything perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And we got people at the gym, like, I didn't even know their real name for a while. I just knew their nickname.
Yeah.
Like, we got a guy, Money. His real name's Sterling Ingram, but we always call him Money, so I didn't know that for like a year.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, what's up, Money?
That's my brother. Money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Money. I just told you.
Yeah.
Like, money. That's all it is. Nah, man, that's cool, man. So, is there I know you're young, but you've been in the combat world for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere has their issues. Is there anything that you would, like, change or add to, MMA Like, for instance, one big one that gets brought up is the gloves.
Yeah.
Like, they wish the gloves were just like the ones where you train, with a little bit more padding. Yeah. Is there something like that ever crosses your mind and you're just like, why are we doing it like this? Like, I feel like
some of the rules, man, like, I actually like the gloves. I like the idea of it because I feel like the gloves kind of, like, encourage damage, Mm-hmm. Like, when you put those fours on, like, I remember when I show them the boxers, their face lights up to, like, oh, this is what y'all fighting? Because they fight in those big-ass gloves.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like it encourages knockouts. It was like, in the UFC, they switched from the other gloves because they saw less knockouts. They saw less finishes. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's definitely a factor. And, but I just, like, I think the judging, man, like, I'm not trying to act like I'm all mad about the judges. But even in UFC, like, people say don't take it to a decision. Can't trust the judges. Because, you really can't. Like, you can't. There's a criteria or whatever the criteria, but they don't really go off of that. Like, right. I feel like every judge almost just kind of picks a favorite. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think there should be some kind of, like, way for them to get to that point. Because these people that are reffing have never fought in their life. You know what I mean? So I feel like to be a ref, you should have had some kind of combat experience. Like, be like a black belt in jiu-jitsu and then also have some striking experience or this and that. Because even then, you have people, like, with a bias. You know what I mean? That's even worse. Because you got a grappler versus a striker. The striker could be doing actual real damage, you know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and then because they're like a black belt or whatever, they like jiu-jitsu, sit there, take them down, crotch hug, then they win. Yeah. Like, and people will be like, oh, you got to be careful with this fight because the judges, they've been weird tonight. Like, I've heard that so many times, and like that shouldn't be a factor. Like, you should be able to go in there not thinking I need to win the scorecards and I need to win on these judges. Like, you should be going in there to think like, all right, I'm about to go fight, and I'm ready for whatever thing happens. You know what I mean? Like, I go into my fights, I'm like, I'm not trying to be like Izzy and be like, oh, I'm ready for death or whatever. But like really, I'm ready for any outcome. The same thing. Like, I'm not gonna let that dude. He was trying to break my arm. I'm not gonna just let him win. I'm not gonna give up.
I'm not gonna tap out, and you got out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was the worst case scenario? You like
popped the arm. And took a couple months off. Shit.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
But base case scenario. You know what I'm saying? But. So I don't know if you've seen in boxing, they kind of implemented AI.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that.
So I think the last mega fight, I forgot what it was. I think somewhere in Saudi Arabia, they had an AI judge it, right? And it was the same way the judges scored it.
Really?
Really. So
that's crazy.
It is crazy. Would you think that would be like...
I mean, if they tweak it, because like if they have a set criteria off of what it would be, then I feel like the AI would indefinitely follow that because there's no emotion, no bias, like I said. Because with judges, there's that bias. You never know. But the AI, like, it doesn't have a favorite fighter. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's programmed to do this. So, bro, if they really fine tweak it and, like, they really get it set, honestly, I do believe they could do that. And it could be better. Like, I know, talking about point fighting, they switched. There was this new division that was coming out called sensor sparring. And it was the same thing, but you had sensors, like, on your gear. So, whenever you got hit, like, it would be like this person got hit at this exact time so they could see the points, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that was cool. And I think that's, like, those kinds of revolutionary ideas to start taking the human error out of everything, bro.
Yeah. There is a lot of human error.
You know, it's like driving. Like, I wonder if everyone had, like, Teslas. If everyone just had Teslas, how many accidents? If them hoes are self-driving. You know what I mean?
Bro, yeah. But have you seen that movie? I forgot which one it was. But it was, like, the end of the world, kind of.
Yeah.
And all the Teslas, like, got hacked. And they just started, like, driving towards the freeway and just piled up. So nobody could get out.
Yeah.
That shit like that, I'd be like, okay, never mind. You know
I mean, it's hard to trust, like, AI, but I just feel like there's a point to where people make it so perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it won't make those mistakes. But, honestly, I don't ever think that people just won't drive. Like, you know? I think people are always going to be able to, like, do manual shit like that.
Yeah.
People aren't just going to give everything up to AI, which I think would be stupid, too. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I'd never drive a Tesla.
At first, when it came out, I thought people were like, goodbye, everybody. This is it. This is it. And then, like, I want to say it's been out for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
To the public, because I think it's been out before that. Everybody's just still living life. Some jobs are affected. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's part of part of life, man. It's part of evolution. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't evolve, we would still be, you know, caves, you know, forests, nothing, no buildings like this, stuff like that.
And even, like, you got to think, too, like, when it takes away jobs, new opportunities come, too, at the same time.
Yep.
People always talk about that, but, yeah, like, I think AI is a good thing, bro. I think if we could find some way to make the world like automatic, then why not? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Through like a system and everything's theoretically perfect. If it actually is, then I don't see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, because like you said, bro, it opens up new jobs. Now, you could take it upon yourself. You could ask the company, teach me how to keep up with this and keep me in the company. You know what I'm saying? You need someone you could trust, let me learn this. And, if there's ever a glitch error, I know how to fix it.
Yeah, it's like 100 years ago. They didn't have IT guys, shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so that's something they got created with computers. Like, and at the end of the day, like, that kind of stuff, it's all for our benefit, right? Or for somebody's benefit, whoever it is.
I think there's always loss and gain, because, you're going to lose these old employees, but now these new, because nowadays, too, bro, a bachelor's doesn't even really, I go to a couple college classes still, and, because I mean, like, whatever, and my professor literally told me, he was like, a bachelor's is equivalent as a high school degree now.
Yeah,
like,
no, it really is.
You gotta go for something like cybersecurity, intel, data. Something with computers is more preferred. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon.
No, it's the only thing that's just evolving more and more and more.
Yeah.
So you get onto those new fields and that new stuff. Like if you learn how to do AI stuff, like not everybody knows how to do that yet.
Not everybody knows.
So that's a field you jump in. You know what I mean?
And then there's like the old generation now. It's kind of like. You already see it not declining, but just fading. There you go, fading going to all the other jobs that already were there. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't see it'd be shocking, but you wouldn't see a newly 60-year-old become an intern or their first month at a IT or stuff AI, whatever. If they are, shout out to them. But it's rare. You see the young 23-year-old. Bro, you probably even see people younger than that just because they grew up
into it
with the technology and stuff.
It's like when 5-year-olds can use their grandma's phone better than their grandma.
Yep.
Like they're literally born into that kind of stuff.
Exactly, bro. Like, how do I change my ringtone? How do I do this and that? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy though. Like people, like how old is your mom?
She's about to be 40.
About to be 40?
Yeah.
Bro, like. Imagine from her perspective. My mom's birthday is literally tomorrow. She's gonna be 47. Happy birthday, mom! Like, I was like, Mom, what were phones like back then? She was like, at the house.
Yeah, on the wall.
The landline. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, a big water bottle.
The box.
Yeah, the box. And then flip pager.
And
then after that, flip. And then after that, a little touchscreen Android. Then after that, what I got now?
iPhones.
Bro, and like they see all that, bro.
That's got to be crazy to see that evolution.
That's got to be crazy.
That's one of those things like I think is like that last generation is like they're not going to have that much change, or I don't think they will.
Right.
In the future, like I'm not going to go through like that many stages of something that's like revolutionary like that. Like the phone, bro, like there's never going to be another thing like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like there's the iPhones, but bro, they're running out of ideas already.
Yeah.
Like they'll drop a new phone with a new camera that zooms in like a little bit more, like
it's just like this is like okay, bro.
It's got 100 more pixels.
And then like how they went from old school vehicles to a Tesla. It could drive by itself now, bro. Just Netflix is on my car now, bro. As I'm driving or as I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah,
like
as on Netflix. Bro, I remember when Netflix was good in the golden days, bro.
Netflix, and it's crazy, bro. But like that too is Have you ever heard of Blockbuster? Have you ever been inside a Blockbuster?
When I was little,
young, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you were young, it's probably dying out. It was on its way out.
It was on its way out.
Yeah.
It's like the OG Redbox.
Exactly, bro. And you're just like, whoa, I lived through that. Like me too. Like even talking to you, and I'm like, I lived through that. When you just turned 18.
Yeah, I just turned 18.
I was 7.
Damn.
Don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Wait. Whoa. Damn, Unc. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just crazy because now, like, how I used to talk to people, because I used to hang around, like, a lot of older people just because that was just what was around me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like, I'm young. I'm going to be like this forever. Boom. In a blink of an eye, bro. Does it feel fast for you? How does it feel for you?
It does. Like, I'm not going to lie, like, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, like this was like my dream was just to be like a top tier fighter, Ami fighter. Now like I'm living it through. It's cool. And honestly, like I feel like not just saying like the UFC, but me going pro, like I know that's gonna come faster than I realize. It's like fight camps. Like I feel like I travel through time, bro. I literally sit there. I got my schedule. I stay to it, and like I go out and stuff too. But even then, like mainly I just focus on my fight. And I feel like when I get so tunnel vision, so like my mindset on one thing, bro, time flies. It just does. Every day I'm thinking like, all right, I'm already thinking about tomorrow, and the day hasn't even started. Like, you know what I mean?
Is there anything different you do in fight camp, or is there like, you know, like Sean O'Malley, he says he has a journal in fight camp. A couple other people have said it too. They said some people said they change locations, they move, they go get themselves in a different mindset. Like I think Yuri one time said he locked himself in a closet for 3 days, just water or something. You know, so like, what are some of the things if you do any during training camp? Man,
for training camp for me, like the biggest change is the rounds that I do. Like I do harder rounds. I like to Shark Tank. I feel like that's a really effective way to get your cardio straight, get mentally fatigued, physically fatigued all at the same time. But I just turn up the training, my diet for sure. I do think a little differently though. Like my time, it goes all to fighting. You know what I mean? When I'm out of camp, like I may go to the gym every day, but on the weekends, like I may try and chill out, have some fun or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I'm in camp, like I kind of just stay away from that. You know? So I almost like isolate myself during camp. Like most of my friends and stuff, bro, I don't even talk to a lot of people. I really like everything I do, even on Instagram, like it's straight fighting. Like Snapchat, I don't even use it most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And what is a diet for you like? Because you're still young.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm young, so I get away with a lot more than I could. Like, I definitely, like, I like a little fast food. I like some wings. I like some pizza. But when I get into camp, like, I've been doing whole foods, kind of, like, dialing it in. I really like steak, chicken, turkey. Like, I like to use heavy protein. And I'm not scared of carbs because I am young. I got a good metabolism. So, to me, that's just energy. Like, I actually like a Rice Krispie before training. That's, like, my signature. I eat a whole Rice Krispie. Bro, you get the best pump of your life. You get the sugar, the carbs, everything, bro. It's good.
Rice Krispie sponsor.
Yeah, nah, for real. Shit, some people, I like to drink Coke too. I let it sit though, like dilute it, so that it's not carbonated. I don't like carbonated stuff before a workout.
Right.
It may just be like placebo, but I kind of feel like I always like burp and stuff once I get tired.
Oh yeah.
So like I try to stay away from carbonation before. Like I wouldn't drink an energy drink. I've been doing like caffeine pouches and I was good.
Whoa.
Hey,
I don't even do that.
Nah, not like a Zen. Like it's caffeine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nah, they're good though. Like it's a better way than doing like drinks. Yeah, Upper Decky sponsor me.
I want to try that too.
Yeah, no, they're good. Like it's just a little pouch. It's got caffeine. It lasts like 2 hours. Cause like I pop one at work and I'm like locked in all day.
When I was, in high school and stuff, I would see people drink Monsters. I was like, why? Like, what are you doing? They're like,
for what?
What the fuck you need Monsters? And then when you go to the military, you either pick up smoking, caffeine, or
both.
Really, to be honest. And I just. Bro, and every day I was cracking 2 Monsters, bro.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, just caffeine. And now it's just like your body needs it, bro. Like your body's just looking for it. Like, bro, where you at, dog? Like, come on.
Sometimes I wonder, like, if it's really like your body being like, I need it, or sometimes like mental life just gets harder.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like,
sometimes life literally does get harder. Like you didn't need them in high school, but bro, the military is a different environment. You know what I mean? So that makes you like. You may need that just to kind of like get that little edge and go through that little push.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I drink a lot of caffeine.
Bro, me too.
That's why I switched to those pouches.
I've stopped though.
Yeah,
I try to stop.
I like caffeine.
I went from 2 a day, like I said, to 1, but only 1 when I work. So on weekends when I'm off, I try to stay away from them. Just like, okay, I don't need you. There's no reason for you, bro, because I could take a nap or I could drink a Coke or something. But when I work, I'm like, yeah, give me one. Let me have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what were you saying?
Well, what's the difference between the pouch and the?
Oh, it's just a cleaner. Like with this, you have to drink this whole thing before you go to the gym to get the 200 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. Like you got to drink that much, so that's sitting in your stomach, sloshing around while you're training. Right. Bro, you got a patch like.
It's like gum.
It's literally like gum. Yeah. You just don't chew it. Yeah. And it kind of just sits there, and they got good flavors too. So like, it's nice. Sometimes I work out with one, like if I'm having one of the off days. Yeah, but I also at the same time when I get closer to my fight, I cut out caffeine.
You feel like a trucker with it in?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like the blue collars, bro. Like the blue collar oil field.
A little Upper Decky.
I remember my first job. You know what I'm saying? My first part-time job, stuff like that.
Shit.
That's good, man.
Nah, yeah, those are cool. Like
Upper Decky.
Yeah.
Sponsor, bro. Sponsor. Bro, another question. Here we go. when I first watched your fight, right?
Yeah.
You had the 4 ounce on the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Really didn't see if you had anything else, right? Now your last fight, you got the banner, you got sponsor. Could be overreacting, but that's what I see. You have like multiple.
No,
so how'd it go from how do you feel and how'd it go from no sponsors to what, 4th, 5th AMI fight?
This is my 4th.
4th. Now you have like a handful of sponsors.
Yeah. It's cool, and honestly, I'll say, like, I've always been decent at networking, but that's really all it is networking, and it feels good to, like, have people backing me, people supporting me. Like, I still work a full-time job, but that's because I choose to. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the discipline I'm trying to get from that and that extra change. Because, like, the way I see it is I get money from this, I get money from fighting. Like, bro, I'm stacking up for my future, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool, and having sponsors, like, it's really helpful because it almost gives me, like, a sense of security that I'm like, bro, like, if something happens with work, I'm good for this fight. Like, I'm locked in, I can focus. And that, like, when it comes to sponsors, everything that they give me goes straight into fighting. I mean, really, everything in my life goes into fighting. My time, my money, everything. Like, I spend more money on gear and mouthpieces than I do on anything, bro. I buy mouthpiece, like, every month. I always lose them.
But it sounds good, bro. Is there anything, like, you read or that you've seen or conversations with mom or conversations with older folks that have got you with this financial literacy? Because to me, it sounds like you know money. Because people get money. That doesn't mean they know money. That doesn't mean they know how to keep it, save it, invest. So, like, was there anything like that for you, or are you just on the fly with it? This is just how you are.
I mean, I started working really early. And I was a lifeguard. You make pretty good money for the age. Like, at 16, I was making good money. So, like, I had some pretty bad spending habits. Bro, I went to Louisiana and I got one of my tattoos. I spent like $3,000 in like an hour. I spent like $1,000 on the tattoo, or not like $1,000, but I spent a lot on the tattoo. And then I bought a bunch of clothes and stuff just because I had a check. But like, now that I've had the fun with my money, like, I already know like how it is to see it come and go. I'm at the point now where, like, I'm just trying to see it come. I don't want to see it go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I did a lot of things earlier that kind of taught me, like, now, like, you know, it's like when I was younger, I was a little bit more, like, on the party scene, and I used to do, like, more stuff like that. But, like, now, like, I stay to myself. I train. You know what I mean? Like, I still go out, like I said, but nothing crazy, just because I feel like I've seen it all, and I know where I want to be at the end of the day.
It's crazy, though. You just said when I was younger.
Yeah.
Bro, you're still like, young. But exactly. Trust me, though. I know exactly what you mean, though, bro. And it's because I was young. You know what I'm saying? And it's just... But that's great, man. And to have that feeling, that backing, that support, like... Because let's be real. Nobody's going to sponsor somebody who they kind of don't believe in or something like that, you know? And like you said, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? The S word. Whatever. But, you know... So... I would imagine it does feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got this banner, bro, and like you have names, bro. Like name brands, bro. They're like trusting you. They're like, bro, go put on a show. I know your eyes are on you. You know, I know you're gonna go in there. You're gonna give it your all.
Exactly.
And when you get that mic, if you get that mic, shout us out. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
No, like having those sponsors, to me, not that it matters, but like, you know, when you're standing across the cage and you look at the other guy and then he's got a fucking banner with like 20 sponsors, you're like, bro, this guy's legit. Like, he's got a lot of people behind him. Yeah. To me, like, that's that image I want to represent. Not that I feel like I need it all just to be good, but I feel like it's just that extra support. It's that extra reason. Like, all right, I win this fight. I got all these people banking on me. I gotta win. It's not a choice. You know what I mean? And
especially this game, bro. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but money's money. Money's there.
Right.
It's just for you to go get it.
Yeah.
I think I seen T.J. Dillashaw or somebody be like, I made $100,000. What's that? Yeah. He said, I made $100,000 just from sponsorships alone. Yeah. That wasn't even the fight. Right. That was just sponsorships. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, you hear stuff like that, and you're like,
must be nice.
Yeah. We're like, fuck, well, okay, I can make 6 figures just by myself then. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because in this game, you're your own brand, bro.
For sure. That's a big thing, too. Like, with Instagram, I never even, like, cared about that shit before I started fighting. But when I started fighting, like, I almost made it, like, a point to, like, make sure I got my Instagram on post and I'm doing stuff like this because it's, like, that networking, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's big. It's big.
It is big, man. And then, so, like, do you think there's a problem, though, with, like, differentiating a good fighter and an entertaining fighter.
Oh, 100%. There's guys that you'll see, they'll have like 100,000 followers and they'll have like a cool record or whatever. But bro, you look at who they fought. They fought like 0-7, 0-5. They fought straight bums. And those guys, they're not real fighters, but they look like it. That's why you see some of the guys like that go to like the Contender Series. Like I feel like there's a proving ground, and you see who's meant to be there and who's not, real quick. Right. Like you see those fights, and you're like, oh, this guy's trash, right? But that's just how it is. Like there's always that guy that's gonna be bigger and badder. Except for me. I'm that guy.
Oh.
I'm that problem. Yeah.
Edit right there. But the TikTok edit right there. Like, I'm that guy.
Hey, play the music.
Yeah. Boom. What is, like, some of the songs you listen to?
Dude, I got a pretty wide variety. Like, I listen to country. I listen to rock. I listen to rap. I listen to, like, some Scrooston shit. Like, I like it all, really. But it depends on my mood. You know, I'm one of those guys, like, I'll wake up, some cool country, like, get my day going.
So, Luke Bryan? Who you jamming for country? Who?
I like Luke Bryan. I can't even think off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll tell you some of mine. Brooks and Dunn go hard. Luke Combs, Blake.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Luke Combs,
Blake Shelton.
I like John Party.
John Party's good. He was. I think he was just here or something at the rodeo.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't go, but I like him too, bro. He's
I
pretty good.
I need to go to the rodeo.
Who else? Lady Annabella. They're an old band, but they were pretty good.
Kid G's not bad.
Kid G, yeah, that's pretty good. Fuck.
Morgan Wallen. He's kind of like, people hate on him though, bro, but he's not that bad.
I don't know why. Yeah, he's not that bad at all.
But I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm one of them country boys. Like, nah. Like, I just like his music, bro.
Why not? You put the bag. You put the zip bag
over it.
Yeah, you already put it. You're almost there, bro. And then for rock, who do you go to? Like,
I like 3 Doors Down,
Yep.
Stained. Stains goes hard.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers, I like them.
Yeah, they're tough. I'll be listening to them a lot.
Can't
too.
Stop addicted to the shindig, bro. That whole go hard. That'll be my music. If I ever do something, bro, that's mine, bro. I don't take that shit, bro.
I kind of like Rob Zombie. That's like, yeah,
for sure.
Metallica's cool. Yep. Like AC/DC, bro. I listen to a lot, like,
bro. Me too, bro.
Pretty wide.
And then who we got next? You said country, rock. What else?
I like rap too.
Who's your?
I like Man, there's so many. Like, obviously, I like SPM. Pretty hard. Yep. Young Dolph.
Oh, rest in peace,
Young Dolph. Yeah.
Rest in peace,
bro. Too young. He had so many bangers. Like,
bro, so many bangers.
That dude was hard. I'm trying to think of this one dude's name. Oh, Lil Double O.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah. I like Pooh Shiesty. He's pretty hard.
Bro, he gets out next year. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's just so
crazy, bro.
Bro, I like YNW Melly too. But
he's good.
Yeah, he needs to put some new shit out. I know he's locked up.
He's good, bro. He's versatile. Like, very versatile.
I like people like that, though. Like, not every song I gotta listen to is like drugs, money, sex, kill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like some shit that's mellow sometimes. Like, I'm driving home. I'm not trying to listen to some guy screaming in my ear.
Bro.
Yeah,
that was on the way there.
Yeah,
now I'm trying to,
Nah, sometimes, like, I'll be driving. I'll catch myself going way too fast. You get in that one song, you get that groove. You, like, talking your shit. And then you look down. I'm going 100. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. It is Houston. You know what I'm saying? If you could, like boxers, how they have celebrities walk out with them, you know, if that was ever afforded to you possible,
I would definitely do someone from Houston for sure. Like
someone from
Zero,
Houston?
maybe.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, something Zero. Like that, or like Slim Thug.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that, cause like I didn't really grow up in Houston as much, but like I'm out there a lot. I train up there. I've stayed out there. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in that culture too, so
I'm familiar with the area.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like second home, basically.
Really, it is. Yeah, definitely. So I kind of like that, and plus that's my name too, so I gotta represent regardless.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now, bro. It's in my name.
Literally.
Stamped it when I was born, right there, bro. Like my son, he's like 3, and he asked me. I was like, I'm gonna go talk to my friend. This right. What's your friend's name, Dad? And I was like, Houston. And his mom was like, are you fucking with him? And I was like, nah, bro, for real. Like, that's his actual name. Like, I showed her. I was like, this is his actual name, bro. Like, I'm not fucking with you. This is his actual name.
Nah, it's cool. It's unique. Like,
I
met maybe 2 Houstons. Like, I would say I've never met them, bro. I've really met, like, 2 people with my name, and I like that. But I've never met anybody with my name spelled the way it's spelled either. Because you spell my name without the O with the I.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've actually never met a Houston like that. So it's cool to have a unique name, and to me, like, bro, fighting, like, makes it more memorable.
It does make it memorable.
It's hard to forget that, especially, like, if you're in the area, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're from Houston, Houston's fighting. Oh, shit, I know him.
Shit, hand in hand, bro. Yeah. Boom, like that, bro. Then but, like, there's common names, like Austin.
Yeah.
You hear some Austin names, like that's somebody's name.
I know
Austin.
a lot of Austins. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just like Houston though.
Yeah, Houston.
Like Houston.
There's Dallas.
Yeah, there we go, Dallas. I've never met a Dallas. I've heard of the names of people born in Dallas. Like,
I used to get called Austin in school. Like the subs would be calling me Austin. It was his crazy Houston. I got Houston too. I don't know how people say that.
bro.
Hudson. That's what people call me. That's what my grandma always called it. She's like, Hudson, come here. Hudson.
Nah, that shit funny, bro. But it is cool. It is cool. My fucking name, Alejandro. I mean, I love my mom. Shout out you. But it's a common name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to meet, like, I probably met, like, 30 Alejandros in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
shit,
up,
it's
bro?
like the guy I'm fighting. I saw, like, 10 different profiles for Javier
Bro,
Ramirez.
I'm
like,
saying, bro.
I couldn't find one.
But it is hard to come up with a unique name.
It is, though. Nah.
And without it having to sound like, bro, what the
yeah, because
like,
people use certain names for a reason. You know what I mean? So when you say something that's kind of out of it, people are like, "Oh, what the hell?" Yeah. Like I named my dog. I didn't want to name her like some super like cliche shit. So I named her Athena, like the god.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Athena, huh?"
Yeah, and you don't really hear that.
I'm like, you just don't know, bro. Shit.
I'm
putting you on, bro.
They got sauce. My dog got sauce. Athena got sauce. She got drip. Don't be hating.
She looking better than you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Don't.
She got a chain, everything, bro.
Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like don't move. You know what I'm saying? Like
she do bite.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro. How's it feel though? How's it feel like fighting for the title, like another title? You know what I'm saying? Because I go to other fighters' houses and stuff. I go to the gyms, 4 ounce. I seen belts all across the wall, and I'm like, bro, you know.
How y'all even get these?
And I think when we did, we did the after hours.
Yeah, we did.
We did the after hours. If you want after hours, just hit up TKO. But you know, we did the after hours, and Frank was like, "We got more coming."
Yeah.
And that was like months ago, and I'm pretty sure you guys did get some more. You know what I'm saying?
I brought in 2.
Exactly. So how does that, like, you know, some people say, it's just materialistic, it's just stuff, but how does it feel for you?
I mean, I'll say it definitely is a little bit materialistic. Like, that's one of those things, once you get your first one, then you're like, all right, like, yeah, like, I'm the champ, hell yeah. And then, like, you get another one, like, not that I have, like, 50 belts, but I will. And I already know, like, it's just one of those things. It's more to me what it represents, but it is material. Like, it's a belt. But to me, like, that's that memory. Like, nothing beats that moment when you get your hand raised. Right, bro. And, bro, when it's for a title, like, it's just that much more. Like, the stakes were just that much higher. You know what I mean? And I'm at the point now where, like, this is going to be my second title fight. And I really, like, it's just another fight. And even though, like, it's cool, it's a big opportunity, like, it's probably one of my biggest fights, but regardless, like, I'm going to show up, show out like I do every single time. Nothing's going to change. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who they put in front of me. I'm going to do the same thing I've always done. I'm going to show up, show out, train my ass off, and I'm going to get my hand raised. And